Hi friends, it's Isabel Sweet, and I will be reading another passage from my book, Adult Kindergarten, Reschooling the Inner Child. So this is a really fun chapter or section called The Passenger Seat. A lot of people tell us to get in touch with our inner child, but they don't exactly tell us how to do that, right? So this chapter of the book is called The Passenger Seat. And that's because you can use it while you're in your car driving and no one else is around, so you can have a conversation discreetly with your inner child when you've put them in the passenger seat. And if that isn't something you don't frequently drive, any old seat or cushion will do to put your inner 5-year-old on a cushion next to you and open up that dialogue. But let's say you wanted to work with a friend or partner and they can simply hold space for you. They can role playing being a little 5-year-old child, your own 5-year-old child, or they can simply hold the space as you go from your adult self over to your inner childhood self and open up that dialogue between the two of you. So here's how that will go. And again, I call it the passenger seat. So personally, when I dialogue with my inner child, I like to invocate my inner child to come out and play with something along the lines of, hey little one, hey little Isabel, hey little Kelly, hey little whoever, would you like to come out and play? And that's your invitation to let them come out and play with you. So what you want to do is imagine your inner child, your little 5-year-old self, I call it the 5-year-old self, in the passenger seat with you, right? And so if you're really visioning what that child looks like, what your cute little 5-year-old self looks like, right? With their big head and their little bodies and their adorable cuteness, and looking at them with complete admiration that they are so innocent and so good to the core, right? All right, so then we just open up the dialogue. If you, the adult self, is bothered by something and you're not sure what it is, this might be a good time to talk to your inner child, right? To go back to where that root pattern began or started. So, asking, what's bothering you today? And why are you upset? Or what does this situation remind you of? And have your innocent little child, 5-year-old self answer as if they actually had a voice. I'm mad because I want my boss to respect me. He's mean to me and I don't like it very much, right? I know it might feel silly and it might feel fake. It might feel false. It might feel ridiculous. That's all okay. That's completely normal and natural. And that's the first step to the growing and learning process, right? Is that it feels uncomfortable, we're a bit confused. That means we're learning and growing. And so this is something we're going to learn and grow into as well. Believe me, when you get used to being the 5-year-old self and having your 5-year-old voice and allowing your shit to get out of your body, then those energies are released from your body. You're not holding on to it anymore. And believe me, that inner child knows what's going on for you. All right? So my boss doesn't respect me and I'm upset and I'm angry. And so then, I hear that. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry that that's happening to you. That must feel really frustrating. Get back and, yeah, it's frustrating. I want him to like me. I want him to be this thing, right? And letting it out. And if the feeling that you've guessed is wrong, I'm not frustrated, I'm mad. I'm mad. I don't want to go to work today. Right? We can role play that out as long as we balance it out as well. Right? So yes, we have the inner child, but we are also a grown person. And so then what a loving, caring, nurturing person would say in response to that inner child. So some of us may not even know what that looks like, but we have to do our best to guess and to role play what that could look like for us. I'm so sorry, honey. I don't like work either. I know that like work sucks. We like getting paid, and so we go there. But here's what we can look forward to. We have a vacation in a few weeks, so let's focus on that. Nobody likes to work, right? And kids avoid work at all costs. But we all are looking forward to play, even if our job does suck. That's what we truly are feeling. Then why are we doing this? What's the good in this? What is the outcome we are aiming towards? Is it a vacation? Is it money in the bank? Is it something else? And so to sit down and patiently and calmly explain to our inner child why we do the things that we don't want to do, and why we feel triggered at the situations we feel triggered at. So my next scenario that is involved in the passenger seat is taking a day and a time to invite your inner child out on a play date. Again, this sounds really silly, right? You're not going to actually take a physical child anywhere. This can all happen in your mind. So you can go to the park, you can go to the beach, you can go get on a train and go wherever you want to go. That would be really fun. And you take your inner child along with you in your mind, right? And you just go and you have a good time exploring and having fun, just taking a day to go do whatever it is that you need to do. I sometimes take her to go get my nails done. Something she used to really love to do as a child is paint people's nails. So I kind of pretend that she's in the passenger seat and I take her along with me. No one has to know what you're doing. So ask your inner child out on a play date. And here's the thing, don't be too busy for your own inner child. Don't make promises that you can't keep. Don't say you're going to do something and then not do it, because those anger and triggered feelings are going to come up. And there's nothing wrong with that, actually. It's perfect, a perfect place for you to start examining what's coming up for you. Who else told you they would do something and then didn't? Who else made promises that they couldn't keep? When did this start showing up? Who else didn't keep their word? So this is a great time and place to actually have a flashback. As in a real flashback. Let's go back as far as we can go back to the time and place when this first began, because there's a wound that happened there. So whenever we play with our inner child, all sorts of stuff starts to come up and starts to come out. So when it does, we go back to that time and place and in our mind, and we stand behind our inner child and we protect them. We hold them with our physical bodies, and we do what needs to have been done in that time and place, such as we are the voice for our inner child. When they didn't have a voice, we will physically fight somebody if we need to fight somebody. We will grab them and get them out of the way and get them into safety if we need to. We can whisper in their ear, honey, I got you, I love you, I'm sorry this is happening. We connect with our inner child and tell them the things that a loving, caring, nurturing parent should have or would have if they could have in that time and space, right? When we visit our inner child, we are always visiting it in the now moment. That's the only time that we have is right now. So those memories may be replaying, but we get to replay them however we want to in this now moment. And in this now moment, you can retell that story any way that you want to. You can be the hero of that story. You can not be the victim anymore to the circumstances that happened at that time and place, because it's not actually happening right now. What is happening right now is you are rewriting your story. You are collaborating with your inner child in order to make yourself a stronger, better, more powerful person, right? So that's my invitation. That is the third section of my book. adult kindergarten reschooling the inner child, called the passenger seat. So using your commute to role play with your inner child, open up the dialogue, and change the story by taking your current physical self, placing him behind your inner child in those times and spaces, and doing what needed to be done. Being the reparenting, being the wise, nurturing person that your inner child needed. All right, see you next time.